Let's see. Peace and blessings. Welcome to another episode of Grandma's Dark Secrets.
Yeah.
Yes, well, we are here with Sister Duchess of Wisdom again. Thank you for coming.
And thank you for having me, sis. I really appreciate it.
Yes, oh my goodness. Woo! The things that have been happening lately.
Right. We were before we really got into it, we was talking about the transits and the major
Yes.
solar eclipse that we went through,
Hmm.
and that did a number. I think for a lot of people, I think a lot of people felt that very heavily. Major
Hmm.
transformations,
Yes.
just new beginnings, transformations, death and rebirth. A
Hmm.
lot of that happened under that solar eclipse. It really did.
Yes,
And
it did.
so yeah, and then we're gonna start feeling a lot more because we're right, we still in the Pluto of Capricorn, and we get
Mm,
ready to transition out of that into Pluto and Aquarius on
yes.
November the 20th for the next 20 years.
Right.
So
20
you talking about
years.
transformation. Oh yeah, so you're a cardinal sign. So
Yes.
all the cardinals really felt the turbulence and the good of that
Hmm.
Pluto in Capricorn since
Hmm.
2008. So
Yeah.
now cardinals, Cancer, Aries,
Hmm.
Libra,
Hmm.
Capricorn, they'll be able to
Yes.
feel a relief going into this Pluto in Aquarius
Thank you.
coming yeah, November the 20th. So that's going to be a
Oh my
major
goodness.
thing for the next 20 years. So we're going to be seeing our world transform into a powerful thing that I think that we've all seen in like movies with the AI,
Yes.
robots, possibly visitations from other planets.
Mm. Hmm.
We are going to be open to breakthroughs in medicine, cure
Um,
for cancer, everything that's scientific that is beyond that
mhm.
we didn't have, we're going to be able to see that in the Pluto and Aquarius. It's going to be very powerful.
Wow.
So, and if you're a fixed sign like myself, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus,
Hmm.
there we're going to kind of feel it, but there's also going to be a point where we'll be able to evolve, especially us Aquarians who have always been in the shadows of society, and now we'll
Yeah.
be able to come up and be what we would call, I would say, more teachers and
Mm.
ushering in this Pluto and Aquarius. So we are really headed into some powerful times. And actually, with
Yes.
me, I feel it on so many levels, emotionally,
Hmm.
spiritually, psychologically. I think we
Yes.
deal with things that we don't talk about in our mental health,
Yes.
in our physical health, how this energy has been on us very heavily. And I
Hmm.
think people are, on the outside, we seem strong. I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. But in reality, we've been
Yes.
dealing with a lot that a lot of people don't know about. And
Yes.
it's gonna get more tough because it is a change of it's a shift in our paradigm. We're leaving out of a certain paradigm
Yes.
paradigm that we once knew. So it's a
Hmm.
lot going on.
It is. It is. I mean, like, oh my goodness. Not everybody knows, but I will share that, just recently I lost my husband on September 21st. And so to feel this shift, I mean, it ain't playing. This is so real. This energy is so strong.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
his passing just it hit me in such a way that like every day I am now checking in with spirit. I want to make sure I am on the right path. Am I doing what's right? Spirit, what you want me to do today? Because
Yes.
I'm like taking my will out the equation now. Like,
Right.
no.
Right.
I don't
Right.
want to be making no mistakes.
Absolutely. That's interesting that you said that. I was reading something. It might have been a forum that I was reading, and
Mm-hmm.
someone was talking about the death of a loved one and
Yes.
how it makes us analyze our life and our life
Mm-hmm.
purpose and what we're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be doing. Not saying
Yes.
we wasn't on the right path, because I strongly believe in destiny and I think that
Yes.
everything we're doing is by design, but we
Yeah.
have some things that we also have to grab on and have that faith. I think a lot of
Exactly.
times we've lost our faith or sometimes we don't talk about it, or we get
Mm-hmm.
so secure that we're good, I'm okay, and then
Yeah.
life happens.
Yeah,
And
life
then
happens.
you lose your spouse like yourself
Yes.
unexpectedly. Um,
Yes.
during a major eclipse, which signifies something for you. So maybe Mike,
Yes.
I'm sure you'll pull the cards
I've
and
been
you
pulling them every day. Every day for real.
I
For real.
told you
I'm checking in. I'm every day.
every
I'm
day.
not
I
playing.
feel you. I feel you. Absolutely. So tapping to the
Mm-mm.
spirit world and connecting
Mm-hmm.
because this can happen to any of us. And
It can.
just feeling what happened to you, I felt that. That was not my husband, but
Yes.
I've been knowing you guys for a
Yes.
very long time.
A
And that
long
made me think
time.
for a long time. And that never, I mean, of course, you see people and you see them doing things in life. You were like, you know what they're doing, they might
Yeah.
not be around long. But
But
it
yeah.
be
Yeah.
different pillars that,
Yes.
it's unexpected. And you were like,
It
wow,
is.
I never seen that coming. I never thought I would hear that news about this man because he was
Yeah.
a major pillar for his family. So
Mm-hmm.
it made me think about a lot of different things, just within
Yes.
myself, and to be more and spiritually in tune and more,
Exactly.
like you said, checking in with spirit. What am I
Yes.
doing wrong? What am I doing
Yes.
right? Even stepping
Yes.
back from some people that drain those
Exactly.
cycles out of you and don't bring that negativity and just being spiritually in tune. This is like the most important time that we really need to be in touch with spirit, honestly.
For real. It is. And the energy is so strong. There is a major shift happening. Most of us feel it. You can feel it, but are how many of us are really tuning in? And like, yeah, you feel it, but are you ignoring the signs? Are you paying attention to the
Mm-hmm.
signs? That is that's my whole major thing that I wanted to talk about because I think it's in the Bible. It says, "My people die from lack of knowledge."
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the knowledge is ain't out there. The knowledge is out there.
Absolutely.
Are you
Yep.
going and seeking the knowledge is the problem. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what are you here for? Everybody needs to at least have a clue of what they
Mm-hmm.
were born to do. You need to have
Mm-hmm.
some thought in your mind, like, hey, I know I'm supposed to be doing this. Some people are like, oh, I'm supposed to be some having to do with a job. No, that's not what
Right.
you're it's not.
Right.
No, your
Yeah, I was
soul
thinking
is
that.
here.
Like a
I
lot of
know.
people just eat, sleep, and go to work, and they feel like that's all they care about, and then
Yeah.
harvesting money. Oh, I need the money. I need to work. I need the money.
Yeah.
But you losing on the aspect of your
Oh,
totality of your will
yes.
within your soul. And I think a
Exactly.
lot, but this transformation with this Pluto and Aquarian, and then also the age of Aquarius,
Yes.
more spiritual sciences, as I know you know, tarot
Mhm.
card,
Yes.
astrology, human
Hmm.
design. You got
Yes.
cardology where ladies are doing readings with playing cards.
Hmm.
Um it's so many spiritual
It
sciences, more
is.
to come, that are going to
Hmm.
be evolving out of this new age or new world that we're
Exactly.
evolving into. So it's like you said, it should be, people shouldn't have an excuse to find
There,
that knowledge now.
there's no excuse at all. There's not. And one thing that really like gets with me, okay, there's 24 hours in a day, right?
Right.
And everybody's like, that's not enough time. But what are you doing with the 24 hours that you have?
Mm, mm,
Like,
mm.
that's one thing that we should stop and think about because every moment of every day, we should be at least trying to do something to elevate ourselves, to get
I
deeper, to
agree.
get more knowledge. And most of the time, what are we doing on our
On
phone?
scrolling,
Yep,
scrolling the day away.
scrolling the whole day. And what does that have
Anyway,
to do with your soul? Your soul is like, I need some food.
right. You ever been scrolling and seen something that just startled your spirit and it made you feel
Mhm.
uncomfortable and you was like, I don't want to get back on social media today.
Yep. Hmm.
Read something or seen something that made me uncomfortable, it
Yes.
made my spirit go down. I even started having like weird feelings or like, oh
Yes.
God, why did I go deep into that? So that's the dark side of going into that rabbit hole of
Yes.
being online, even though being online is beautiful because it's part of our evolution.
It
But
is.
however, if you're not in those right spaces,
Yeah,
and especially being on
exactly.
social media when you're being exposed to so many different souls, you
Oh
you be
Lord.
like, you be
I
like, oh
know.
God, what am I reading? Why am I doing this? I
Why
don't
are
feel
you
right today. I don't
here?
want to. Yeah,
Why are you on this page? Why this? Why did that pop up? Why is it? And it's deep because like for me, like everything, the internet is a great tool. I
Mhm.
love the internet
I
because I
love
can
it.
go on there and learn so much. Like a
Mhm.
sister just sent me a website to learn about my Mayan birth chart. And I'm
Oh,
like, ooh.
yeah, I like
So
that. Yeah.
yeah, so I was like, ooh. So I went and I printed it out
Uh-huh.
and I was just kind of scrolling through because I didn't have time to really read. And I'm like, this is deep. Because I'm used to astrology and the birth charts that we normally do, but this one
Right.
it like sections it out. This is like your childhood. And then this is like, your, teenage to like early 20s and stuff like that. And then this
Mhm.
is your mature and it changes. The
Okay.
chart changes. Things shift around. I'm like, whoa, because with
Wow.
our birth charts, it doesn't change. That's your birth
Right,
chart.
right. That's your birth chart. Right.
So I said, ooh, it's gonna take me some time to understand this because that's
Right, right,
deep. That's deep
right.
because like for me, I have felt I call them like puberty one, puberty two, puberty three. I have felt them. Like,
Mm,
you go through your first puberty, 12, 13 years old, and then like I felt it again about 30. And
okay.
then when I turned 50, I was like, I was sitting him down. I'm like, I don't know what's happening to me, but
Mm,
something is changing. Something is happening to me right now. My mind is like expanding on this level, and
mm,
I don't know how to explain it. It's
mm.
like my soul is just like, I need this, I need that, I need this knowledge, I need that knowledge. And so I'm like taking all these different classes. I take them on Udemy. I'm always on
Okay.
Udemy. I'm taking all these different courses and I always want more. I'm like, I need more knowledge. I need more knowledge. And I
Yeah.
feel like, that's what the internet is for when you're using it properly.
Yeah. And I
So
I think that has a lot to do with more women coming about, and more women are
I've
going to be
noticed that.
leading. This is a conversation that I think is touchy for some people,
Yeah,
because a
it
lot of
is.
people, women, we've always been in the shadows of men,
Yes.
not, you
Yes.
know and
Yes.
I think that may be why some men can feel that women are not saying anything about power, because it's not
No.
about that. It's
No.
our rightful places as divine feminine matriarchs, and
Uh-huh.
our divine place in the spirit world and what we're supposed to
Mhm.
be doing. And our
Exactly.
and we are here now to set an order,
Hmm.
to set an energy out
Yes.
into the ethers, into the universe, into earth.
Yes.
And so a lot, I can see why now. I could see it at first, but now I get it. The
Yes.
tug of war between men and women, because men are still trying to hold
Hmm.
on to, we're the patriarchs. This is us.
Yes.
You,
Mhm.
you're my, whatever the sayings
Yeah.
are.
Yes.
Women are the shadows. I'm just gonna say it
Hmm.
like that. But not anymore. And as time changed, so do certain rules of the universe.
I see.
The
I feel it.
transition, yes, yes, it's a transition
It is.
of authority. I call it the feminine authority. So it is a
Yes.
transition of authority for us women, and we need those spiritual sciences. So all that knowledge that the universe, your spirit
Hmm.
guides, whoever you're under that's guiding you, because we have
Yes.
authorities that guide us,
Yes.
they have something they want you to do, so they're pointing you. We need you to focus on
Yes.
this and this, because we need you to be able to teach more women, more men. Yes, women
Yes.
can teach men. You're going to be able to
Yes.
do that, because you're going to have men
We
that's
have
going to come to
sons.
you. Yeah, you have sons, and they're going to be
Yes.
like, Mom, I feel this need to do something, and you're going to be able to be there to spiritually guide them. So no longer will women just be birthers, cooks, maids.
I
We're
know.
gonna be we're gonna be going to the next level of what we have come here to do.
That's deep you said that because guess what? Today I woke up and I just got up, got dressed, and I went through the house and I started looking. I was like, I run the house totally different than he does.
Yes, you run it differently. Yes,
I was
absolutely.
like, whoa.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, and it's the same thing when the divine feminine kicks in, that shift has to happen and it is
It is
happening.
happening.
Woo, it's happening. I
It's
was
happening.
speaking with a sister. She's a Reiki master.
Okay.
And this is when he first had his stroke. I called her and
Hmm.
she said, "Sis, I'm gonna tell you, there's something happening in the universe right now, and it's hitting men.
Yes.
It's hitting the masculine, and it's not just men, it's even animals." She told me
Yes.
it's all masculine energy. It's being something is happening. She said, she wants to get a sister circle together so that we can, put energy to protect our men. But the shift is happening no matter what. We don't have a choice.
Oh my God. Oh God, I'm just excited right now because I have something in me saying get together a council of women
Yes.
um, from all different zodiac signs.
Yes.
So
Ooh,
I want yes, and we everyone
nasty.
has something that they are crafty in and make
Mm-hmm.
a power move. It doesn't have to just be my it is not my, it's us, but
Yes.
the women that I come together. I'm willing to
Mm-hmm.
create more of those groups. We need those groups in different areas.
We
We need
do.
more women in groups who are heavy in the spiritual science, Reiki,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
health, astrology,
Yes.
tarot, whatever you need, women that are heavy in different aspects of the natural states of
Yes.
our cosmic laws. We need them to
Yes.
come together now. She told you
Yes.
the absolute truth. I have been seeing it with my own eyes, but it's
Mm-hmm.
hard because you don't want to seem like you are downing men or you
Mm-mm.
are pushing a agenda because
Yeah. And we're not.
but we're not. It's
We're
not.
tuning in. We're just tuning in to what is going on in the heavens that is
Yes.
now affecting Earth. This don't have, we can't do this.
Yes.
This is happening up there first.
This
As
it happens
above, so
so
below.
below. Always. Always.
Ooh.
As above, so below, always. And we can feel it. And so that's
Mm-hmm.
what I was saying about a lot of men are feeling this energy and I think they are
Yes.
scared of losing power, but they're not losing power. It's
Mm-mm.
just the feminine energy is going to be here to balance them out
That's
because
what
they
we're
haven't
supposed
had
to.
that. They haven't had that.
And that's what's funny because all day, well, the past 3 days, I've been thinking about yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
Yin and yang are supposed to create inertia. But right now, men haven't been listening to women and women haven't been listening to men. And we are like going in these directions. And it's causing the earth to have to do something to like, nope, we're going to straighten this up right now.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's what we're going through. We got to stop
Right.
all this bickering back and forth. It's
Right.
not working. It's tearing everything apart.
Right. Absolutely. It is. It really is.
Yeah, this we need to be in this yin yang. Let's do this together, or we're gonna be in trouble. I mean, it's getting really bad. It's
It
getting
is.
really bad.
It's getting really bad. And I'm not seeing it just amongst Black Americans. I'm seeing it in all
It's
races, to tell you
all
the truth.
races. It's all races. It's
It
all over
is.
the earth. And like, like the sister said, it's happening to animals too right now. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Mm.
I absolutely agree with everything that she said. It's just again, the divine masculine had their time. And not
Yeah.
saying their time is ended, but they
Yeah.
had their time and it was meant to be a way, but not anymore. We're
Yeah.
shifting out of
Mm-mm. We're
that old
shifting.
paradigm.
Yes.
Everything that was rooted in divine masculine being
Mm-hmm.
the picture of everything is now
Mm-hmm.
going to be women as the
Mm-hmm.
symbolism of how we're going to be able to sustain humanity
Exactly.
and it's going to cause a lot of men to have to submit to women, not as a form of worship but as a
Yeah,
form of honor and
it
respect.
is. Because, like, if you think about it, when people are sick in the hospitals, remember back in the day, grandma would get the prayer circle together
Mm-hmm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
go do a circle prayer around this person and they be healed. That is the gift of the feminine. The earth needs the healing.
A
So,
major healing.
yeah,
A
the
major
earth needs
healing.
a healing. And so it's time for these sister circles to come together. We got to do our divine healing, our healing energy on the earth, on our families, on our neighborhoods, on our states that we live in. The planet needs this feminine healing energy.
And you know what else came to me? Not, and I noticed, with the new age way of thinking, a lot of people are shunning prayer. I think we still need prayer.
You have to have prayer and meditation, or they like hand in hand, they go together. You can't have one without
Absolutely.
the other.
You can't have one without the other. We need
Mm-hmm.
to, even if people like a lot of people are leaving mainstream religion, which
Yes.
religion is rooted by male patriarchy. Let's just
Oh,
keep it
yes,
real.
it is.
Okay, so it
It
is.
is.
However, a lot of women and a lot of men are leaving that. So they're like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving that." So they're latching on to other things, and they still leaving behind something important, which is prayer,
Yes.
and still calling out to the universe, calling out to your will. That doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
you have to call out to what you once knew, but call out within yourself, because that
Mm-hmm.
energy is within you, regardless
Yes.
of what that is, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
So you still
Yes.
have to pray, you still have to
Yes.
meditate.
You have
You know what I'm
to.
saying? You have to submit your will. We still
Yeah.
have to be submissive to our callings. You know what I mean? Submissive to our
Exactly.
spirit and our soul. We can't rebel against religion and then we neglect who we
Yeah.
are, our soul's
Exactly.
purpose. Because I
Ex-
found myself doing that years ago. And when I got out of certain things, I'm like, oh, prayer, that reminds me too much of being a Christian. But now, as I matured and birthed,
yeah.
I need that.
Yeah,
I
because like
need that.
meditation is like it's like that tuning into self and that your higher self. But
Yes.
prayer is tuning into the divine that's outside of you.
Out of
So
you. Yes.
you have to have both. You can
Mm-hmm.
you can't leave one out. Mm-mm.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes. I agree.
goodness. And I think it's so important. Like I said, when I was talking about the 24 hours in a day, we really need to sit and look at what we are doing, what we are taking in through our
Mm-hmm.
eyes. Eyes are the windows to your soul. So,
Mm.
whatever you're taking in through your eyes, you are feeding that to your soul. And so, if
Wow.
it's idle, if it's, just a whole bunch of negativity, your soul is being fed that.
Mm.
And so, we all need to like look at like literally take a whole thing throughout a day or throughout a week. What are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your energy? What are you feeding your soul?
Mm.
Because especially during this time with this shift, you really have
Yeah.
to keep your frequency right. You have to be showing the universe, hey, I I want to grow. I want to be a part of your plan.
Mm.
Universe, what is the
Right. I
plan?
want to be
I
a
want to
part
be
of
a
that
part.
plan.
Yes, you
Oh
got to
man,
want to be
say
a
that
part of
again.
that plan.
Yes, I needed to hear that for myself because
It's true.
I've been living in my little dark phases in my mind, and I'm like, come on, like you want to be a part of this because if
Hmm.
you flip back, like
Yes.
the left behind narrative, you'll be left behind when you know your potential. And I
Yes.
battle with that. I'm open and honest to say I battle with different things, and I'm sure a lot
Hmm.
of other people do. We have different
Yeah,
things we
we
battle with,
do. We
but you
all of
right.
us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So believe me, I go through my playlist, going through my music list. I'm going through what I
Mhm.
watch on TV, which I don't really watch TV. Just literally, I want to take an account of every minute of the day. What am I doing? Like even when I
Mhm.
sleep, I'm listening to like meditation music. When I wake up, I'm listening to spiritual and meditation music. All that other must gotta go because it's a waste
Gotta
of
go.
time. We
Yeah.
all know we have a certain amount of time here on earth.
Mhm.
Are you just wasting your time? What are
Mhm.
you doing? What are you doing? Are you taking care of your body? Are you exercising? Are you meditating? Are you learning something? That's why I
Right.
said I'm on Udemy. Girl, I got so many classes on Udemy because my brain just, I want more. I want more. And so I'm like, I'm taking a mediumship class. I'm taking a, um, a shaman class and a Reiki class right now. And I'm
Okay.
like, I need
Wow.
this. I need it. So
Mm.
I don't mind as a devil's playground.
Right. Right.
Giving it no time. Everything has got to be. I got my schedule, keeping my brain going all the time. Cause
Right.
Nobody knows when your time is up. And then when you have to look back at what did you do with your time? You had all that
Mhm.
time. What did you do?
Yes, that is so true. That is so
Mm-mm.
true. We really don't know. I had another conversation with one of my close friends, and she's battling a health condition. And we
Yes.
were talking about death last night, and she said, "You reminded me that everybody has a day." I said, "Yes." I said, "So you don't know yours, so don't worry." You're okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
I know I'm not in her health crisis, and I
Yeah.
don't understand how she feels, but I'm
Yeah.
telling her you could outlive someone who doesn't have a health
Yeah.
crisis. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because people are falling out, dying every day. We all have a day.
I
But
know.
like you said, what are we doing in that time until it's time for us to transition? And what are you
Yes.
willing to take in your next life?
I know.
That's
That's
the
when I
biggest thing.
that's the thing I've been thinking about, like,
Yeah.
please. Because if you ain't learning lessons you're supposed to be learning this time, I keep telling people, okay, we all get signs and
Yeah.
warnings all the time. And if you're not like, hey, this sign came, this warning came, if you're not listening to that, the next one is harsher than the one that you just ignored. Then the
Mm,
next one's gonna be harsher. And then you go like, if you have to do it again in the next life, it's gonna be
yeah.
harder than it was in this life. So you
Yes.
better start getting it right.
Yes, absolutely. Get it right.
Get
That
it
means
right.
something. Getting it
It
right means
does.
something. It does.
I know.
It does. And
I
I
know.
think that a lot of people, like you said, they just go on with life because you gotta understand people are consumed by debt,
Mm-hmm.
um, spouses, children.
Yep. Yep.
So your mind is blocked on what I need to do for everybody around me, and you forget
Exactly.
about yourself. I'm a
Exactly.
living witness to that. I've done that. I'm
I've
doing
been
it.
doing
I can
it.
do that right
I've
now.
been doing it a long time. I said no
Yes, no more. And I just told my husband, I said, I have to live my life's purpose too. I have to find, he said, baby, I support you. And it has nothing to do with him. It has
more.
everything to do with me because I'm so calculated. I
Yeah.
want to make sure everybody's under control because I
Yes.
have a little
Of
dominant way
course.
about me. So I want to make sure everybody's good. And
Yes.
so, but I'm losing myself by being
Mhm.
so calculated on what everybody else is doing. So
Yeah.
now I'm losing my years and time on what do I
Yes.
need to do. I
Yes.
have some things I need to be working on. There's a calling on my name.
I already know.
Yeah, and I know yours. I see it. We understand that about each other.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
think this is a great that we can expand this to other women and say you have a
Mhm.
calling on your name.
Yes.
You have
Yes.
a calling on your name. You have a purpose here.
You do.
Men too, young men, older men, men in general. You have a
Everybody.
calling on your name.
Everybody on earth.
Everybody,
Everybody on earth has a calling.
everybody has a calling.
And see, that's what I'm like, okay. And see, people like, oh, well, how do I find out my calling? This is where you got to go into the knowledge of, and people be like, well, I don't believe in astrology. But I'm like, okay, slow down.
I know, right?
Man has no control over what happens in the heavens. There's nothing we can do to control the heavens.
Mhm.
So you best start believing in astrology because
And the great question to ask them: if you don't believe in astrology, why do they take your birth time when you're born? They can just say you was born on
yeah,
June the
exactly.
13th and
But
left it at
I
that.
know,
But they
I
put
know
specific times because they deal with the science of astrology. Always have, and there's
exactly.
different um different fields of astrology. So you
There
got
are,
different cultures who deal with it in their own way.
but
So
look at how long people have been doing astrology since time began.
yeah, since
Since
time
time
began.
began. So why is all of a sudden, oh, I don't believe in that? Everybody knows what happens during a full moon. So if the moon is affecting you like that, what happens, to people during the wintertime when the sun is further away? It affects you, doesn't it?
Right.
That's a,
Right.
that's astrology.
That's astrology. You know what was funny? I'm laughing in my head when you just I'm a Taurus moon and rising, so I'm about to make a food joke. So don't. It's not really a joke, but something I seen
Okay.
because food is just in my eyes. I'm like, oh, food, this, food, that. So I seen Krispy Kreme did a super moon donut
No, they didn't.
yesterday, and I said, if y'all not telling me that they're not in tune with what's going on, When have you ever seen food places be in tune with moon phases? I've
That's
never seen that.
I didn't even see that.
They
No
did a super
way.
moon donut only for yesterday. It had the color, the bright, everything. It was specifically for
I
yesterday.
wonder why they started doing it. We've had a million super moons. Why they what's going on now that they starting to do that?
The age of Aquarius, that Pluto in Aquarius, the timing, the shift, everything
Whoa.
now is going to be more in tune with astrology. They
Oh
are even
my
talking about
goodness.
psychiatrists using astrology when they see
They are.
patients.
They are.
Yes. So if you don't like it, just know your psychiatrist will be they will be running your
Yep,
blueprint based on your zodiac
exactly.
sign and the time you was born. They need to see your birth chart. They need to know what's wrong with you.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But they've always taught us, no, don't believe in that stuff. You go to church, don't believe in that stuff. And it's always been like that just to keep us dumb and ignorant.
It was. And then it was the age, the Piscean age of religion. And
Yeah.
we leaving that. We're leaving those old ancient ages and we're headed right. I know, right? And we're heading into the futuristic age, which is
Mm.
going to be phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to be peaches and cream. It's going to be a
Uh-huh.
lot of dark-sided stuff that comes out of this age.
Whoa, it is. It is.
I mean, people going to be more detached
Mm.
more. Then you're going to have more people coming together to build communities of harvesting food, more
Yes.
people going off the grid, more people becoming expats. I'm seeing so many
Yeah. Oh,
Black Americans becoming expats. You're
yes.
going to see people, these are the differences of the age because before
Hmm.
people were burdened by what everybody thought in society.
Yeah.
Now it's the rebellion of the Aquarian
Yes.
age
Yes. I love it.
going against everything that they once knew.
We have to.
We
We
have
have
to.
to because you don't evolve if you don't. So it's
Yes.
all about evolution, reaching that next
Yeah.
stage, doing what needs to be done, no matter who likes it. We
Yeah.
got to
Yeah.
do it. And
Like
this is the
I know,
time.
like with you, you create like the tarot. You have
Mhm.
different things that you market. Like those
Yes.
things are going. I know they're making money now. They're
Yeah.
going to skyrocket even more
Oh
because
my goodness.
design is everything. And if you're
It is.
creative, this is the most important time to be creative with that because
Period.
people are going to be looking for interesting designs for their tarot cards.
That's funny that you earlier you were talking about different things and how new things are coming out. My crystal system, my crystal divination system called Crystal Clarity. I want to get that out so much because for me, I've been doing it. I've been doing Crystal Clarity for 17 years.
Okay.
And the readings from these crystal readings are they're so intense and so accurate that to me, tarot can't touch it no more. It
Mm,
can't. And that's why, I'm gonna start doing some readings online so
okay.
people can see it really goes to the next level.
Okay. That's
Hold on.
interesting.
I'm sorry,
I'm
can you hold on a second?
Yes, yes.
There we go.
Okay.
Yes. So, like I said, I'm gonna start doing live readings because I need people to experience crystal clarity.
Okay.
It is like it's so powerful because it takes like different chambers, different aspects of your life, like your love life, your sex life, your spirituality, your physical health, and your mental health, and it's all like laid out on a grid. And where the stones fall, it'll tell you like your job is affecting your spirituality, or your relationship is affecting your mental health. It's yeah, this
Wow, I like
this
that.
yeah, this is how I designed crystal clarity because to me, knowing what's really going on in your life right now and how to fix it is the most important thing.
Mm.
And so tarot does not go all into your mental health and your physical health and your
Right.
life, your sex life, your children, your job.
Mm.
It literally, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Telling you, it's deep. So yeah, when you
And
said
you
that,
know, You know what I've noticed with tarot? It has becoming so saturated with people that are doing stuff with it, and it took away
The
the
essence.
genuine, yes, the
Yes.
essence and the genuine nature of it. Because when you get on TikTok, everybody's doing tarot, and you be looking at them like, I would never get a reading from you. I don't know where you come from. I
Oh
mean,
my
you go
goodness.
back to where you come from with them cards. I would never let you do a
This,
reading on me.
this. It's crazy because after my husband passed, I wanted somebody to read my palms, right?
Okay.
Because they tell you like how many times you're supposed to be married, how many children you're supposed to have
Mm,
in your hands. And I did not know until I started studying that your lines change. They
wow.
change based off your mental health, your physical health. They will change. So I went to go and have this woman do palmistry on me. This woman has been doing this for I don't know how long, but girl, she didn't get not one thing right. Not
Wow.
one. And
Fun.
I'm like, okay, there's too many people
Mm.
playing.
Yes, too many people playing.
Many
Yes.
people playing. I was disturbed.
Wow.
I'm like, not one thing. You just asked me like 15, well, you tried to tell me 15 different things and not one was right.
You know, a lot of that comes from a lot of those people are doing it for the money and not for the culture and the
Exactly.
actual genuine spiritual practices of helping someone see a path that they might be a
Yes.
little confused about. And that's kind of what scares me
Hmm.
about this age we're going into is
Yes.
the hijacking that people are going to use our spiritual sciences. And because so many people are waking up, they're going to be
Hmm.
seeing, I need to go see this person. I need to go see the palm, the lady do the palms,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
astrology lady, human
Hmm.
design, all these different, spiritual sciences, but they're going to be robbing these people, and they're not
Exactly.
going to not going to be genuine readings. Even in
That's
the astrology community, they're fighting amongst each other. Who's
oh
telling
my
the truth
goodness.
about this transit, and who's putting together the best readings, and who's charging this amount? Why can't and I don't have a problem with you charging, but make sure what your work doing is coming from a genuine place.
Yes, it should be. I walked into a metaphysical store and you could just feel the energy. All they cared about was money. They was not thinking about helping people. And then they overcharging.
Yes.
Like, you wrong. You say, oh, this is spiritual, and everybody wants to be spiritual and be a witch or be this and be that. So now
Yes.
let's jack the prices.
Prices up. Yes, yes. And they
Oh
saying
my
that
God.
they saying that this the spiritual science community or just
Mhm.
spiritual science is one of the fastest
It
booming
is.
businesses,
It is.
making multi-billions of dollars
Of
because
course.
everybody now wants to tap in. Um they're not being satisfied with the Bible anymore
I
or
know.
the Quran. They know it's something more. They want
Yes.
more and more.
Yes.
So they're paying big
Yes.
bucks to get people to almost lie to them.
I know. Girl, and how many of them are? I literally had a woman tell me she ended up in therapy for 6 months after a reading
Wow.
because what the woman told her, it messed her up so bad she had to go to therapy. That's
Wow.
people. Oh, another woman said she paying her reader $500 a month. I said, for what?
For what? For what?
It's
For
like
what?
$500 a month. I said, first of all, if you have been, she'd been seeing her for like 2 years. I
Oh
said, if you
no.
still seeing somebody after 2 years, that person is really robbing you blind because you shouldn't need that much help.
Yes.
There ain't that much help in the world. So I
Yes.
said, oh no.
Right. And the whole promise for me, the promise is to help people evolve to read themselves.
Yeah, exactly. You
That
should not
that
need me.
Yeah, once you pay me, maybe a couple of times, I don't
Yeah,
have anything to offer you right now, but I'm just saying if I had a
yeah,
service to offer
yeah.
you, my goal is to help you read yourself,
Yes.
not
Well, you
rob you.
don't
I
you
don't want
don't
your
need
money.
me.
You don't need me. I'm here to show you the way, and you only charge me for my
Exactly.
time. after that, I want you to be able to read yourself. You need to be able to do
Yes,
that. That's the advancement with the soul that we should be able to do.
it
Not
is.
saying all the time we might be cloudy. I might be
Yeah,
like, can you do me a reading? I'm
yeah,
cloudy in my judgment. I need you.
yes.
We have that understanding. But when you constantly going to the same person and you're
Same
not
person.
getting any results, the spirit is telling you you need to take your
Exactly.
life back into your hands.
Exactly. Because that's one thing, that's one of my rules. Like people be like, oh, when can I get another reading? I said, well, it should at least be a whole month after the
Mm,
first one. But the first time I ask you is, did you do the stuff we talked about in the last one? If you didn't,
mm.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be wasting my time. People be like, but girl, you can make that money. I don't want to. That's a drain on me now.
That's a
What?
drain. That is
Uh-uh.
a drain.
Because
Yes.
you're supposed to say, you take one step, God takes two. Have you
That's
taken your step? If
have
you
you
ain't
took
taking your
yourself?
step, I can't help you because you ain't helping yourself.
Right.
And you ain't just
And
gonna
you know,
keep telling me, mm-mm,
I noticed too that when you start making those monetary exchange, people make you feel
mm-hmm.
like you're obligated to them. Oh,
Yeah.
I gave you my money. I gave you my
Mm.
money.
And
You
I
owe me
gave you the services, and you decided to forfeit on your side. So there ain't nothing else I can do.
this.
I don't do that. I've had
Yeah.
several people like, can I get another reading? Can I? And yeah, I could take their money, but it ain't worth it. It ain't worth
Mm-mm.
it. It's only worth it for me if you are doing the work to heal yourself. But me just doing readings, doing read for what? Mm-mm.
Mm.
You gotta pay for that stuff, really, because when people like some people go to people and be like, "Oh, I need you to do a spell for me to, I'm going to court. I need a court spell." Do you know? A lot of times the practitioner will have to pay karmatically for giving
Yes.
this person that spell. Uh,
Yes.
no, I'm not doing
Yeah.
that.
I'm not taking
Mm,
no any karma to help
mm,
you
nope,
do a
nope,
spell for you to win in court or whatever you want,
exactly.
or to make this man love you more, because obviously if he don't love you, that's a
And
sign. That's
see, that's
common sense.
one I don't play. I do not play with love spells. That's one thing I tell everybody, you better not do that. Do
Mm,
not do love spells because one, God gave everybody like free will.
right.
Who are you to take it away? Who are you to take away their free will? And guess what? Many, many, many times people who do love spells, they end up in these murder, suicide kind of
Oh,
things.
girl, you better.
It has
Oh,
happened too many times. Somebody that'll make you love me. Now you dead.
and you know that's something. Even me, I never thought about that, girl. I mean, you brought that. That's serious. That's
it
intel. That is spiritual intel.
it is.
What you just said is that
Mm-mm.
these women doing these love spells are finding
Yes,
themselves dead because there is
dead.
something, a price you pay for that.
You have to pay. You don't take away people's free will, and you don't try and like escape karma. Yeah, don't do it because you're
Mhm.
gonna pay. So all these people who are like, oh, I'll do a spell, I'll do a love spell, make it no, don't do that.
Mm,
Don't do
don't
that.
do that. Yeah.
There's too many people that I mean, I know a couple people personally who are now dead because they did a love spell. That stuff is serious, and people better wake up. That ain't cute. That ain't
And the
cute.
people that are taking your money to do it, you got to
I
think about
know. They
how
gonna have to pay for that stuff too.
they got to pay for it too.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I never connected with that. I'm like, why would you
Yeah,
do that? Your
I know.
intuition is everything. You better
It
listen to it.
is. If
You
somebody
better
don't love you, move on.
move
Go
on.
find somebody who does.
Yeah.
Don't try to make somebody love you.
Or just go love yourself. How about
For
that?
real. For
Yeah.
real. Go love on yourself.
Mm.
Then maybe you'll pull the right person to you if you love yourself first. But obviously, if you're trying to make somebody love you, you don't love yourself because you wouldn't do that.
That's true. I
You,
agree.
that's like
That
paying
is
somebody to love you. Here, I'm pay you. Come love me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I see that too with a lot of money spell, especially on the continent over there in Africa.
Yes.
I be watching some of their news
Oh,
stuff, and a lot
man.
of children are being sacrificed. The next thing you know, the whole family wiped out, and they was all doing these
Exactly.
money rituals and stuff. And I'm like,
Exactly.
please stop.
They said a
Y'all got
lot
the
of
power to
buildings
heal a nation, but y'all are still trapped in the lower centers of your
away. Yeah.
chakras. Get
Yes.
out of there.
For real. For real. That's crazy because they said a lot of times, like when someone's going over there to build a like a business,
Mhm.
or people in Africa when they want to build a business, they sacrifice babies. They put babies in the foundation before they do the building. Like, what kind of prosperity do you think you're gonna get from that?
And that's why a lot of those lands aren't developing like they
Nope.
want them to. As soon as
No,
something
they
go up,
can't.
they come down. Some
Mm-hmm.
kind of way. They don't stay up long.
They
The
don't.
infrastructure is not good over there. Even in the Middle East, their
I
infrastructure is
know.
not good. They
It's true.
sacrifice children and
They
women
do.
too.
Women
Um,
all the time.
women all the time. They wrote about it. They talk. They told you they did it.
I know. How many women just left America, went over there, and never made it back?
Never made it back.
Never made it back. This, nope, 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 nope. People don't
Wow.
understand. You got to pay for everything you do. So I'll be like, you better get right with God, because
Get right with that God within you. Yeah,
you have to.
you
This,
have to. You have
this
to.
ain't
You
no
have to get
joke.
right with that God within
Of
yourself. That
course,
is a higher
yes.
calling. And to say it doesn't exist is crazy because I don't even know how you would say that don't it doesn't exist. Hell, you walk outside and
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at my leaves. I'm like, and then somebody said there's not a God. What?
I know. The air that we breathe lets you know. The sun rising in the morning, the moon at night. How does all this thing happen? Oh, it's the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. I just don't get it. I'm
It's
really just like,
crazy. It's crazy. I'm like, oh my goodness. So yeah.
yeah.
I'm
And
telling
I think too, when people see women like me and yourself deal with
you.
different spiritual practices and not dealing with mainstream religion,
Yeah.
they think that we don't believe in an omnipotent source.
Yeah.
And
That
I want to know why they don't ever think that because I strongly am invested in that. That is a
yes.
part of who I am. This is part of my
Yes.
makeup.
I
I have
mean,
I
you
have the
have
God
to.
gene. I'm here. I'm here.
Yes.
You know
Of
what I mean?
course. Of
We have
course.
it. Yes.
And it's so crazy because like the creator, the higher power, whatever you want to call it, they're always sending us signs, sending us
Mm,
messages. And most of us we don't understand the language, and we
right.
like aren't doing the research to start understanding the language. Like even like animal speaks. That is
Mm,
something, more and more people are starting to understand, but there's still a lot of people who know nothing about animal speaks. Like if you walk outside and you see a hawk fly over, you better this is another time to use the internet. Animal totem for a hawk. And you will understand what that was a message. That's a message
right.
from the higher powers. Because it's so funny. One time we were driving, we was kind of by the mall. We was driving down the mall by the mall, and he was talking and he was telling me, you're really nice. You got to stop letting people take advantage of you, though.
Mm,
You just kept
mm.
saying, stop letting people take advantage of you. And as I was driving, I could see an animal crossing the road way down the street. So, girl, I sped up. I got to see what animal that is.
Right,
Girl,
right.
it was a skunk. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to get home. Got home. What is the meaning of a skunk? Stop letting people take advantage of you.
Magic.
Like,
Wow,
I
wow,
was like,
wow,
no way. I was like,
wow.
see, and most of us we're not in tune, but stuff is passing by us all day long. It could be a
Yes.
rat. It could be, oh goodness, possums, raccoons. It's crazy. This stuff is always there. It's always
Mm.
talking to us, but we just, girl, I was driving down the street. I had the windows down because it was hot. A butterfly came in my window, got close to my face, and then went right back up. I was like, hello. That was
Right.
that transformation energy because I'm in the ship. I am going through major transformation right now.
Yes.
And I was
Yes.
like, whew, thank you for that message. I feel it, I accept it, and I'm taking it in because everything is shifting for me.
Mm. And it's nothing, and it's crazy because it's not nothing that you didn't see. I mean, you didn't think that this would be the timing. You know, we
Yeah.
all know there's something coming, we just don't know when.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
And
then it's like,
and then, after the happened, I sat back and like, oh yeah, I got that sign. We got that sign. We got sign after sign after sign after sign and
mm,
ignored them. Ignored them.
wow.
And it was like it was only after that I sat back and was like, oh crap. Sign after sign. I'm gonna tell you, this was the scariest sign to me. This was the scariest sign because he had his stroke on a Monday. That Saturday, right before that Monday, I slept in. And when I finally woke up, he had left the room and everything. I rolled over and I looked at his side of bed. And when he got up, the sheets moved in just a way, girl, it made a perfect alligator on my
Mm,
bed. It had
mm,
eyes, it had teeth, it had claws, it had a full body and a tail. I had to
mm.
touch it because it was like someone took a toy alligator and put
Yes.
it in the sheet. It was perfect. So I'm like, ooh, what does this mean? I was scared. Girl, I was scared. I was like, oh, what does that mean?
Mm.
And alligators, they got that death and rebirth
Birth
energy.
energy. Yes, they do.
Death
Yes, they
and
do.
rebirth. And I was like, what does this mean? Maybe he's going through a shift. Maybe this, that girl. It was sitting right there and it was looking right at me.
Mm, mm.
It's like, whoa. I did not know
Wow.
that alligators shed their skin like snakes did until
Yes, they
I'm
do.
like reading it, like, what does this
Yeah.
mean? I'm like, they shed their skin? Yes, they do.
Mm.
But it was
Wow.
girl, that thing
So
looked
you saying the
incredible.
signs was there
The
and it was
signs
like
were
it was
there.
preparing you.
Yeah.
Um, but now when you look back and did the knowledge,
Yes.
you was like, I seen this, I
I
seen that.
seen that. I did. I did. And
Wow.
it was like, whoa, like, dang, had I been, present. And of course,
Yeah.
not just that, it's like when you see certain signs, you get scared. So you try to think it means something else. Like,
All the time.
no, no, no. That don't mean that. That don't mean
That don't mean that. That ain't it. That ain't it. Yeah, that ain't it. We're not even gonna play into that. We're not
that.
gonna read into that. Yeah.
I, that it, girl.
Wow.
Yeah, the signs were there. They
Mm.
were there, but I did. I tried to like, nope, nope, that ain't what it means. That ain't what it means. That's exactly what it means. And
I
it's
think I
like we
asked you
all
this
got to
when we
learn that.
I think I asked you this when we spoke. Did he do anything? You know how they say like a week before, 2 weeks before, a month before someone's transition, they do something different like that. Just something that they normally don't do, or they might be a little bit more clingy or uh,
Um,
more affectionate or more worried about the children or just something that he was giving off to make you wouldn't have thought about it, but now that you
yeah.
thought back, well, did he do anything different in his behavior?
No, well, not really. I did
Mm,
hear him one day. He did say he felt mortality. He's like, I don't know what's happening, but I feel mortality. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like, what are you
wow.
experiencing? Like, explain this to me. He's like, oh no, I just feel it. And I was like,
Mm.
you gotta be able to please explain.
Explain to me. Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
explain. And he said he couldn't quite explain it. He said, I feel mortality. And I'm like, okay, well, why don't we do something about it? So I'm like feeding him raw garlic. I'm like, here, eat some raw garlic. Here,
Yes.
do this. And girl, I went and signed us up at the YMCA. I'm like, let's go. So we went for like 1 week straight, but he couldn't go back after that.
So he did feel it.
He felt it. He did.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Yeah, they say a
Oh,
lot of people feel it.
they do. He said he felt it. And I'm like, well, we need to be praying. We need to do this. We need to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
it is.
And it just goes to show, even though he still had his time,
Yeah, it is.
that's the hard part.
I
Um,
know.
for
It
us
is.
all,
It
that
is.
we, you know, it I think we all think about it
Yeah.
subconsciously, a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
but we, like you said, we just try to not think about it. But for him to be so outspoken about it,
I know. And see, what's deep to me is like, yeah, we say we all have our time, but we as people can shift our time
mm,
because, like, okay, like say the drug dealer that got shot. That was not
right,
part of the plan. God did not say on this day you're gonna be selling drugs and you're gonna get shot. No.
mm,
When you
mm,
are on your path, you are protected while you're on your path. If you
that's
stray
true.
off your path, you are no longer protected. You are
Right,
now responsible for yourself.
mm,
And so that's why I said I'm checking in every day
right, every
because
day, right,
I want to stay on the path. Please let me stay on the path. Show me way
right,
ahead of time if I'm veering off. I want to know because
mm,
this is a major wake up call for me.
mm,
Major.
major,
I'm
yes.
like, girl, I want to be like, what you want me to do?
I know, right? What
Please
you
tell
to
me.
do, right? Yeah.
Tell me. Give me a sign immediately to let me know I'm going off the path. I'm like,
Mm.
girl, I was talking to myself today. I'm like, is that my ego? Is my ego getting out of check? Girl, I'm trying to put my ego in check.
Right,
Like,
right.
no, I'm scared straight. I am. I
Yeah. And yeah, that's real. That is real. And it can make you
am.
feel you can actually be like that. And that's only to discipline you, for you to
Yeah.
be more stronger in your path, in your
It
journey.
is. It
Yeah.
is. And I've seen people scared straight before. Like when we lived in Georgia, the children would get up in the morning and walk to the bus stop and 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, why are these little kids out here? So especially elementary school kids should not be walking to bus stops, especially during like the fall when it's dark.
Right.
But this one little boy ended up getting killed. He ended
Oh,
up getting kidnapped and killed. They found his body. And then, so after they found his body, all the parents are out there with their kids, out there drinking coffee, 6 o'clock in the morning in the dark with the kids, what they should have been doing before that.
but anyway, exactly.
Girl, 3, 4 months later, oh, no more kids got kidnapped. So now there's no more parents out there again. I was
Mm,
like, are you for real?
right.
Like
Like,
when you scared straight, you're supposed to keep going in the positive direction that says,
yep.
okay, get over here, stay over there, and continue on that path. Don't go
Mm-hmm.
back to doing what you was doing
They,
before just because you
yep,
are
they didn't,
comfortable
yep,
now.
yep. They got comfortable. Oh, I'm
They got
staying in my
comfortable.
bed. The kid can go out. And it's like you
Yes,
just sending your child out there to be a victim of
yes,
anything, you
I
know?
know. I know.
So,
That bothers me, and it
yeah,
happens with a lot of people. Like they get in a car accident, they scare straight, they'll stop drinking for a month, but then they go back to drinking.
they,
So
yep,
we gotta
yep.
stop that. We gotta stop that. Don't go backwards. You're
Don't
not
go
supposed to keep
backward.
going backwards. Keep going forward. Go forward.
Mm,
This is it's not the time to be looking back. It's not.
it's not.
Mm.
Yep. And our families need us,
Yes.
if you got children, adult or smaller children, they
Yes.
they need us, and we
They
have to
do.
be on the right path of influence for them.
Yeah, I know. We got
You
to set
know,
an example and
set an
show them the
example.
way. Show them the way.
Yes.
Oh man. And like I said, this feminine thing, I feel like, okay, I am a
Oh,
grandmother, but I'm starting to feel like I'm stepping into that. like with this grandma's secret stuff. I feel like I'm stepping into that side where,
Yeah.
the grandmother that prays for everybody, the grandma that does
Yes.
this, and I'm like, whoa, this is deep.
The divine protector. That is who you
Yes.
are, the divine protector with your spirituality.
Yeah.
You are that matriarch.
Whoa. I
And
feel
even
all
if
of us
they
are getting in that.
I'm telling you, even the ones that's not talking will be
Hmm.
coming. They're
Yeah,
gonna be coming. I promise you.
for real. For real.
It's time.
Hmm.
It's time.
I
It's
know.
time
Like I
for them.
said, when you came with your braids, I'm like, ooh, to me, that energy, I was like, whoa. It's so
Yeah.
powerful seeing your hair like that. I'm like, dang, okay. Girl, you look like
Yeah.
you gonna go out in the backyard, pick some herbs and
I'm
stuff.
ready. I'm ready. I'm ready, except I don't have the green thumb. Oh my God, I need the green thumb. I need some sisters to teach me. I don't have it. Oh,
Oh my goodness,
I
really?
don't.
You
No, I don't possess that energy yet.
There's
Um,
certain things that actually make it easy. Like for me, I put the two together. I have a fish tank. I have a pretty big fish tank. And so when I'm changing the water from my fish, I give that to my plant.
okay.
And girl, I have like ivies and they're going across my ceiling, across my
Okay.
walls. They're all
Oh,
over the house and ivies love to crawl. So if you like tack them on the wall, that they love it. So they start growing more, but
they can start
love
spreading out.
they love
Yeah.
that fish water.
Oh, so they like fish water.
Yeah, and when you clean out your fish tank and you get all that stuff, you give it to the plants, girl. Oh, all my plants are
Mm.
like. But it's funny because I shut down my fish tank for a little while. I was like, I'm gonna sell this thing, and I was giving them water out the sink. Girl, my plants stopped growing.
Oh,
They stopped.
wow.
They stopped growing. I even went and bought. I was like, okay, well, let me go get some spring water. Gave them the spring water. They wouldn't
Still
grow.
wouldn't do it.
So I said,
Yeah.
okay, I'm putting some fish back in that fish tank. And
Mm.
now they are growing again.
Interesting because um that makes me think about how vegans don't eat they only eat plants but don't eat.
I
But
know
here you are, you have gave us a beautiful gem that yes, plants like a little bit of meat.
they
A
do.
little bit
They
of
do.
fish, a
A
fish
little bit
juice.
of fish juice,
Yeah, a
and
little bit
all
of fish
that
juice.
fertilizer stuff.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's interesting.
It is.
Never
And
heard of that.
what's interesting to me? I've been studying all these centenarian people who are 100, and the super centenarians who are like 115 and stuff like that.
Mhm.
They're not vegans.
They're not vegans.
They're not
I
vegan.
know. They're not vegans.
I
They're
was
not.
like, whoa, that just blew everything out the water for me.
Yeah.
Like, everybody talking about, you gotta be vegans, you gotta be.
Yeah,
It's,
that's a new age. That's another new age wave. Another way to make money. All that
of
nasty vegan
course,
food they got in the grocery store is full of sodium and soy.
it
So I'm like,
is.
I be wanting to ask them, did y'all getting that tofurkey? Have y'all seen how much sodium is in that?
They put so much sodium in all of that stuff. It's horrible.
It's horrible. It's
It's,
not worth a
oh
bite.
my.
And then you wonder why a lot of them they might be older, but a lot of them look sickly or frail.
And
Um,
yes, and that's
but
the thing.
we're naturally omnivores. That doesn't mean you
Yes,
have to devour in meat.
you
You can
don't.
choose what resonates with the body.
Exactly. And
You
so
know?
for me, I think for me, especially, now that I've become more mature,
Mm-hmm.
I eat meat once a day. And
Okay. Yeah,
once
yeah,
that's it for me. The rest
that's
of the
it.
time I am eating my fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, but I want like a little small piece of fish or a little small piece of chicken. I'm not a big beef eater because beef is so harsh on the body. It takes
It's
3 days to
very hard on the
digest.
body.
And then I'm very picky where I get my meats from anyways.
Yes.
no,
Yes.
you have to be picky about where you get your meats because some of that stuff you don't even know how old it is. You don't know what they done put in it. So yeah, I'm really picky about my meats. But I am now, first thing I wake up, I want my apple cider vinegar.
Mm.
And then when I eat, I always chop up some raw garlic and put that, sprinkle it on my food that I'm eating.
All the time. I
Yep.
love my raw garlic.
Yes.
I chew raw garlic. I'll even chew it sometimes really
Yep.
fast. And I used to do
Exactly.
that with ginger too. I can
Yep.
chew ginger really
Ginger.
fast just to get it
Yeah.
in because that's the quickest way you're gonna get it in your system
It
when you
is.
eat. Yeah,
It
yeah,
is. So yeah, I do my raw garlic and like I said, apple cider vinegar.
yeah.
Gotta do it. Got to do it because we gotta take care of
Right.
our bodies. And
Mm.
I
Oh
love
yeah.
taking cayenne capsules. That's the other thing. I get me some
Okay.
organic cayenne capsules. So, girl, I'm like, I gotta take care of myself. I really gotta
I
take care of
know.
myself now because I'm like, my children can't lose both of them.
I know. That's you think about
Heck yeah.
that plays in your mind. Like that's what I was telling you the last time we spoke. And I was like, health, like taking care of what you put in your
Yes,
body, what you drinking, like pushing back. I know we have those moments, but that
mhm,
stuff, a lot of that stuff is toxic.
it
A
is.
lot of the sweets is just saturated with artificial stuff, like
Oh, I know. I'm like, dang, everything. It's like you have to be careful with everything.
everything, everything.
Mm, mm,
Even
mm.
some of the produce don't even taste the same anymore.
Girl, produce don't taste the same at all.
It
I'm
don't
like,
taste the same, and it don't last, and
it, it's bad. It
it
is
goes bad and within 24, 48 hours something I got can start having mold on it. I'm like, I just bought it
exactly.
2 days
I
ago. Why
know
is it so bad?
exactly. I need to really like, I want to be able to grow my own, but if I can't, I want to start getting it from people who are
Yeah,
growing it themselves.
that's true.
Because, girl, watermelons, I'm like, these watermelons, even I had one 2 months ago. It tastes like a watermelon from the 70s. Girl, we
Mm,
ate that watermelon like it was the best thing in the world. And I ain't been able to
wow.
find another. I'm
Wow.
like, you can taste it when it's real. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but that's so rare to get something like that.
It's rare. That the watermelons are now rare now to get.
I
Like you
know.
can get them, but to get a really good one is like rare.
I know. And girl, all this GMO, all this did, oh my goodness.
Mm.
Are we getting
And all of
anything
that is
real
affect.
anymore?
I know. Is anything is anything real anymore? That's a good one. Is anything real anymore?
Is anything
God.
real? It's scary. I'm like, ooh, like what are we feeding our children?
I know. And then when my kids, I want a snack. I'm like, those snacks are awful. Please go get a fruit.
I
Please
know.
go. Don't
Fruit,
ask me for
fruit.
those. Those are no damn good. Please
I
stop asking
know.
me for those. Then I feel bad. I'm like, but mommy, I really like that one. Oh God. It's like you really battling with this because you
Mm-hmm.
bring some of the toxic stuff in here, ain't no darn good, but it's some of the
Uh-huh.
things that we even grew up on, but they changed these ingredients.
They have. They've changed everything. And I saw a couple posts, I think it was on Facebook or something, but they posted like even cereal. Like it'll be like, I don't know, let's say Frosted Flakes. They showed a box of Frosted Flakes from America. They showed the ingredients and they showed a box of Frosted Flakes from Europe. They're
Mm,
both Frosted Flakes, but they don't have the same ingredients.
wow.
They do not.
Wow.
Because the stuff they put in the food over here, other countries are like that stuff is it's against the law to even bring
Yeah,
it in our
they
countries.
have it banned. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So I'm like, I need out of here. I
I know, right?
don't know where I'm going, but we're being literally murdered over here
I
slowly.
know, literally murdered. That is the truth. That is the truth.
Slowly. Oh man. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's crazy because they've been doing this stuff for so long.
Yep.
So
Bad.
long. I had a doctor, well, it was I went to my OBGYN when I got pregnant with my third child, and my doctor wasn't there, but her head nurse was. And her head nurse was like, "Girl, you need to stop having all these babies. You can't be just having babies back to back to back." She wrote me a prescription. She said, I'm gonna write you a prescription for some prenatal vitamins. I want you to come back in 2 weeks and we'll see if you're still pregnant." So that alone, I mean, this was in the 90s. This was
Mm.
in the 90s. And I'm like, this lady literally is trying to kill my child.
Mhm. Yes.
I took that prescription, dropped it in the garbage, and found another doctor. I
Yes.
was like, I will never go back there.
So when they're saying that Black women, Black American women have a high abortion rate, it's a lot of those abortions wasn't,
No,
they didn't agree to them.
they didn't. They didn't. Did
So
not.
that's another misconception. Oh, Black women have the highest abortion rate. Yeah, but a
No,
lot of them didn't agree to those abortions. They
not
were
even a
given
little bit. They were
it's
given things. That woman literally did it. And then I know this one woman, she was in her 40s. She got pregnant. They did her ultrasound and they told her, your baby's gonna have like this birth defect, and this birth defect, right?
Mhm.
And they told her, if you want to end the pregnancy, we really strongly suggest that you do that because your baby's going to come out with so many birth defects. This
Mm,
woman said, well, I need to go home and pray about it.
mm.
She went back, told the doctor, no, I'm not going to do it. Girl, the baby did not have not one birth defect. Not one.
Wow. Wow.
So, yeah, you got to be careful.
You have to be careful. Yeah, they set you up and have you
Yeah,
deleting babies.
I know. I know. I said, oh my goodness. That's what her doctor told her.
And then it make you wonder what entity was in those that's in those doctors that know that
I
your
know.
child may be a gifted being that they
Yes,
trying to make sure that don't enter into this world. So they trying to make
exactly.
sure your child, that being, that entity that's inside that nurse is activated inside of her, now
Yep.
telling her to offer you some type of abort pill or
Isn't that crazy?
whatever, and then trying to get your star seed child to not come on earth.
Exactly. Exactly. We have to be careful. We do. We
That's
really have to be careful.
we
Who
really
can we
do.
trust? Who can we
You
trust?
can't trust
We need to go
nobody.
back to the old days, calling them midwives in, the
Yes.
sister that comes to the house to deliver your baby.
Mhm.
Because,
Yeah, and
mm-mm.
I think that's why a lot more women are having doulas, so they don't be
Yes,
alone in the
yes,
operation room, and when they go to doctor's appointments, so they have
yes,
advocates for with them.
yes. You
Because
have
you
to.
could be going through something emotional, and you say something you agree to, but if you
I
have a
know.
doula with you, she be like, "You need
Yes.
to think about that. That's something
Yeah.
you should decide on." You know,
Exactly.
you have support
Exactly.
system. That's when we need each other. We do. We really
We
do. Women,
do.
we need each other. We do.
We do. For real. You can't, like I said, you can't even trust the doctors. Like, where do we go? Who do we trust? Like, what are we going to do with ourselves? We
Mhm.
need to all come together. We need to start really having groups of sisters, like, come together where we, like, I know who you need to call. I know this sister that can handle this. This sister can handle that. That's what
Right.
we do. That's what we do. We naturally do this stuff. So we need to get back to our ways because
Yeah. And I think a lot of distraction for women has been trying to be entertained by men. You need to have
social
men
media.
in social media. You need to have men around you that are pushing you to go into your gifts so you could
Hmm.
be able to share your gifts and
Yes, your
share your
gifts,
calling with other women and
your
don't be hung
gifts,
up
not
on
your body.
not your body and being jealous of other women and
Hmm.
feeling insecure and all these emotions that women have based on how they feel a man see them. A man is going to love you about who you are if they're the right person for you, but
Yes,
you still
exactly.
have a calling for yourself. So stop
Hmm.
identifying with what that man wants and identify with what you need to do.
Exactly.
And so
Exactly.
then that's I
Exactly.
know. I know. I'm just
We
saying,
have
I know.
we have to get right with ourselves. We gotta be like really tune in, get right with yourself, and stop
Yes.
trying to be validated by men. Your spouse or the
Okay.
person that's made for you is going to help you to be you, to elevate who you were born to be. You know, that I feel like my husband, I don't know, God sent him like that girl needs you. And he
Mm,
did. He changed my whole
mm,
life. I have
mm.
elevated so far because of him. And it's like,
Wow.
man, and I just want that for other sisters. Like, you need to stop wanting to be validated and see how many men can be in your DM or whatever.
Yes,
You got to
yes,
stop because that really tears you down. It
it
tears you
does.
down. It does not build you up at all.
And it means nothing.
I know.
It means
There's
really
at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it?
nothing.
Nothing.
And there's nothing wrong with being sexy because me, I like to be sexy. I have a
Yeah.
sexy side of me. I
Yeah.
like to get dressed up. I
Yeah,
like to look
exactly.
good. However, I
Hmm.
do it because that's for me,
Yes,
not because I
exactly.
need the attention from anybody. Because I actually can go ghost and never be seen again. I can fall
Yep.
off the grid, never be seen again. Sometimes I prefer it that way, to be honest with you.
Me
I just
too.
said,
Me too.
I know I don't
Exactly.
supposed to think like that, but it's the truth. Like sometimes I
Hmm.
prefer to be not noticed, unbothered.
Yep.
However, women are selling, and it's like how we've been selling our bodies. You've been prostituting, women have been escorts, you've
Yes.
been madams. We though
I know. And how
we've
many
done that.
women are still doing the same thing, like, being like prostitutes and all, and ain't getting paid for it. They're
And
doing
get,
the same thing the prostitutes are doing, and they getting paid for it.
I
Just
know lots of those.
getting left with baby after baby after baby after baby, and can't pay your rent and can't do nothing. And if you would have took the time to love on yourself and elevate yourself, you would have brought the right person to you who would have made
Right,
life much easier for you.
that's true.
That's yin and yang working together. But yin
Right.
got to be working on self first. Yang got to be working on self first. And then when they come together, they have something to offer to each other and they can build together from there. But
But
no,
I guess I got a little bit of. I don't know how to put this. I see sex workers. It's a job. Don't get
mm,
me wrong, it's a job. But I think it's a life lesson. So I
mm,
feel like they have to go through that. Because if
wow.
you ever listen to old school sex workers, the ones that's got out the
Yeah,
game, have
mhm.
crazy wisdom.
They
They
do.
can tell you
They
and
do.
they reformed their whole life and
Yep.
they know a lot of things. So it's like they had to
Hmm.
go through the bottom to
Yeah.
get to where they at. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Hmm.
certain things we go through in life that
Hmm.
me and you be like, I would never do that. But
I know.
another woman did it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? She
Yeah.
did it, but she has so much empowerment and wisdom. She learned something from that.
I know,
That,
but
that's heavy.
that's her journey. That was
That's
her journey. And maybe now it's her journey to share that everything that she learned with the other women so that the other women don't have to go through it. Have
exactly.
a journey. So yeah. I mean, there's been prostitutes, they're in the Bible. There have been prostitutes since the beginning of time.
I,
So they
and
must,
male ones too. Oh
girl,
God.
ain't that sad?
Yeah.
But yeah. Mm.
But yeah, that's another topic. But yeah,
Oh yeah, that's another topic for real.
that's another topic. Yeah.
But dang, oh my goodness. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this has been this has been one of them because this shift and so many people are talking about it. So I'm
So
like,
many.
so many people are talking about the shift. So I'm like, we need to talk about this because we can't ignore it,
We
and
can't.
we shouldn't even try. We shouldn't try to ignore it. We need to get in the flow. Like the river is flowing this way. Quit trying to swim upstream. You better go with the flow
Mm,
because it'll take you where you need to go. But you keep trying to swim upstream and go against the grain and not trying to do what you need to be doing, you're gonna tire yourself out. A
mm.
lot of times people swim upstream, you don't go nowhere. You be in the same spot thinking you're doing
Same.
something.
Yep, that is
It
true.
didn't go nowhere. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And I think too, and you're right, everybody's talking about it, even the people who don't fully understand it, they feel
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
They trying to you have some people say, oh, the end of the world. It's not the end of the
There is
world.
no such thing as the end of the world.
It's no end of the world. It's the end of an old way of life. We're
Yeah.
going to, yeah, we're
The
going into
end
another
of that
paradigm.
paradigm. Yep.
Yes, yes. So,
Mhm.
people, they feel it and they trying to process it. But again, there can be women or men like, us that
Mhm.
can say, hey, what you're feeling is not
Yes.
a bad thing. This is actually a beautiful thing. And ask
Mhm.
yourself, where do you see yourself in this shift? And what do
Yes.
you want to come out of this? And how do you want to strengthen your life purpose? That means a
Yes.
lot.
It
That means a
does.
lot.
Yes. And that's what we all need to focus on. Is strengthening our life purpose, finding out what it
Mhm.
is, and like taking them steps to, do what we're supposed to be doing.
Right, right,
You have
right.
to, you have to do what you're supposed to be here doing. Because,
Yeah,
like I said, that's another thing you got to pay for. You don't do it.
you don't do it.
You got to pay for not doing your part in the universe.
Yeah, and it's never too. I would know. I would say it's never too late if you got some awareness about
Yeah,
yourself. Make the best of what you can make the best of, because it's
yeah,
gonna be trial and error. It's definitely
it
gonna be trial and
is.
error.
But it is still, you take one step, God takes two. So
That's
if you
right.
making a step, things are gonna
That's
come
right.
to help you and show you the way and support you and make it easier if you keep taking them steps.
Mm,
So we got to do it.
you have to do. That's
We
true.
have
That's
to
true.
do it. And like, anybody who wants to know, like, what am I here to do? I'll be very happy to help you.
Mm, mm.
Because that's what I love to do. I make the Know Thyself books, and you get to sit there and read all about yourself and find out what you're here to do. And so, and if you have something that a service that you would like to do to help people, we need to get all this out here and make
I
it so
do.
we can help these.
Yes, I definitely need to. I know it's there. I just gotta stop doubting myself and
Yes.
just go with it and not worry about the outcome, because I
Yeah.
think of the worst first all the time. So I'm like, oh God, what if this happen? What if that happen? I gotta stop doing that. That's all I'm telling you.
Yes. Yeah.
But yes, like I know that I'm needed in so many aspects. And I think
Mhm.
the timing, I think everything has been timing for me as well. And I
Yes.
think now is perfect.
Yes.
Now perfect
Yes.
timing.
Yeah. So we need to, like, hey, you need help, reach out. We got you. Because I love helping people with their debt.
I
Oh,
do too.
that's one of the things I love to do. You want to know about your
Mm.
destiny? Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is fun to me. I
That
love.
is fun. And when people start hearing certain things that they didn't know, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
about themselves, and you
Yep.
showing them this and how they need to do this, and
Exactly.
or their the positive and the negative
Yep.
aspects, and they be like,
Yes.
okay, okay, I see that. Yes, I need to work.
Help. They
Helping
got
people
to.
find their destiny and their purpose.
Exactly.
Whatever you do in between that ain't got nothing to do with me,
Well, no.
but
Yes.
just helping you and just knowing that people want that assistance and
They
not
do.
trying to use them, not
Yeah.
trying to
No.
use them. Well,
That's
come, you want to know more, you got to give me more. Nah, I'm not that type
no.
of person. I'm
I'm
going
not
to help
either.
you, get where you got to go then.
Yeah, because man, one is good karma for me.
Right,
So
right.
I like getting good karma, and the universe, God, whatever you want to say, seeing me do what's best. I know I'm gonna
Mhm.
get a blessing from it. And it's like, I want God to be smiling down on me like she's doing it.
Mm,
So I'm happy to help. I am. It just makes me
wow.
happy. So yeah,
Mm,
like I said, anyone need any help, please reach out. I'm here. Please let
yeah.
me do my part. Let me do
This
my
is your
part.
part, right?
Because
Yeah.
that's what this is about. That's all that this is about. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. I enjoy you. You make me smile and just
Got
make
me
me feel
smiling this whole
better.
time.
Huh?
I said, I've been smiling this whole time
We
because
both
you
been
got.
smiling. We just been excited, girl. It has been really breathtaking, and we've got so much more to talk about and
Yes,
unpack.
we
And
do.
we got
Yes,
more avenues. We can go. I guess the next time we meet up, definitely talk more about purpose and destiny, and
yes,
maybe you can pull something out, and we can just kind of just set the
yes,
tone and give more of an example of what we're talking about, and just really
yeah.
focus on it. I think that's destiny and purpose, definitely a major theme.
It is. It is. And especially, like I said, as we're going through this shift, we all need to, like I said, every minute of every day, I'm like trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I don't want to waste no time. I don't want to be
Right.
wasting time. So
Right. Right.
anybody I can help while I'm trying to help myself,
Right. Well, I'm
let's
trying to
do
help my
it.
yes, yes, yes,
Let's
yeah,
do this.
yeah. Before you go, have you ever what is the charts that they use where they map out where you supposed to be living at? It's called
That's
is it called
well,
it's
I can't think of
it's
it. I always call it a relocation chart, but it's
okay.
called Astro card something. I keep
Card,
forgetting.
yeah, something Astro
Yeah,
Cartography or something
yeah,
like
it's
that.
something weird.
They got all these lines on this chart, and it's
Oh
like
my goodness.
I don't understand. I want to know more about that.
Oh
Where
my
is the
goodness.
where is your absolute location that
That's
would
the
be
one I
best?
want to know because when we were moving, when we were leaving Washington, there was like five different places we were thinking about doing, going to
Mm-hmm.
move into, and so I did a relocation chart on each place,
Okay.
and some of the places, like especially on the East Coast,
Mm.
it said my husband was going to get in a lot of fights if we moved to the East Coast.
Oh
I was like,
wow.
no, well, we're not going there.
Right.
But
Right.
for like, we're here in Fort Worth. And the reason why we came to Fort Worth is because on my chart, his chart, and our two oldest sons, it says when you get here, you're going to meet your spiritual family. So
Wow.
I was like, oh, there's no question where we're going now.
What now? Yes. Yes.
We know,
Wow.
and we didn't know nobody in Fort Worth, not a
Mm,
soul. But
mm.
it said go there, so that's where we went. And we are here. And
Wow.
since I've been here, look, Grandma Secrets is connecting me with my
Yeah.
spiritual family. I'm meeting people
Your
all
location, it
over.
took you to
Yes.
road. I get what you're saying. The
Yes.
location, it wasn't that you was going to actually meet someone
Nope.
there,
Nope.
but you were going to be. It's like a portal.
Yes,
You
it
need to
is.
be at that portal so you
Yes.
can open that portal and connect,
I
make those
know.
connections.
I'm making connections with people all over, people I've never met before.
Wow.
I still haven't even seen them. Like we have not touched each other because they're in different states. But I'm
Right.
like, you my sister for real.
For
Like
real.
I feel
Right.
you. So
And
yeah,
then women that are so genuine and that's ready to go for this book,
exactly.
and even the book itself, when I heard it, I'm like, this gonna be on point. I already know it.
Well,
I felt the vibe. I'm like, everything, it just felt so beautiful.
I'm telling you, I have learned so much from people sharing their knowledge. Oh
Mm.
my goodness. It is so empowering, so elevating. And I'm just like, oh, when somebody says, oh, I got something, I'll be like, really? I'm excited. I
Mm.
can't wait to read it. Since it comes in, I'll be like all into it, like, whoa, because
Wow.
I feel like I'm getting all this knowledge from ancestors, ancient knowledge that, like I said, I wouldn't have had this knowledge without this.
Right,
I
right.
wouldn't have. And I can't wait to share it with the world. So
I know, right, right, right.
it is a success.
Yeah.
So I already feel like there's going to be two books because
Okay.
I do. Because I'm like,
Mm.
I got what 240 pages now, and people are like, I got more stuff to share, and I'm like, okay, well, I gotta kind of cut this book off. We gotta start book
Yeah.
two. We gotta
Yeah,
start book
start book
two.
two. Yeah, let it roll over. Yeah, that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah. Woo. Yes.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we will definitely do this again and
Okay.
again
Again and again and
and
again.
again. Definitely.
We
This
will. We
is
definitely
really
will. And I
good.
enjoyed it. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
You do the same, sis.
Okay.
And
Okay.
thank you all for tuning in. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.